So let me get this straight. We're in the middle of a government shutdown. Millions of people can't access their SNAP benefits. And now this administration's USDA has told grocery stores not to give discounts or help anyone struggling? You have to ask, what kind of government looks at hungry families and says, no compassion allowed? The USDA claims it's enforcing what's called the equal treatment rule, that stores have to charge SNAP recipients the same price as everyone else. But that rule was designed to prevent discrimination, not to punish people for being poor. They could easily issue a waiver to let stores help families during this crisis. They choose not to. So grocery stores who want to lower prices or give discounts to people using SNAP cards are being threatened with losing their eligibility. Imagine that. Punishing kindness. People are rationing food, parents are skipping meals, and the message from this government is, don't help them. They're good. This isn't policy. It is cruelty disguised as order. Bureaucracy being used like a weapon. And it tells you everything about who this administration values. Because when hunger becomes political leverage, morality is gone. No one with power should ever be okay with watching people starve and then telling others they can't help. That's not governance. That's moral decay.
Every day I'm fighting for my sanity. What do you mean Trump told grocery stores not to lower prices for people on SNAP? What do you... There were grocery stores that were doing that stopped because of him. Yeah. And he used a policy that was created to prevent people from giving them worse service. The quality treatment policy, I believe is what it's called. He used that to say they can't get preferential treatment because they need help. I'm still helping people on SNAP. So if you don't plan to go to hell with some gasoline draws on, you can go to my page and share some money if you would like to help me in this endeavor. So if you're able to. Some of us don't have money to build a ballroom.
So the government says this is just about treating everybody equal, but it is not. This is so cruel. This is so heartless. This is so appalling. This is so disheartening. The Trump administration USDA just issued a warning to grocery stores: don't give discount to SNAP and EBT users. So while millions of people are struggling to eat and the stores are trying to help, they have been issued a warning not to help. How heartless could this administration be? Families are rationing their meals. Parents are skipping meals. And the fund is there despite the federal government shutdown, and you are issuing a warning to stores that are willing to help not to give discounts to those people that their SNAP benefit and EBT to those people that their SNAP benefit are being cut off and EBT users at the same time. While we dive straight into the video, if you're seeing this video for the first time, please do well to tell us what you think about this video While we dive straight into the video, if you're seeing this video for the first time, please do well to tell us what you think about this video in the comment section. Hit the like button to subscribe to our channel, like and share the video to help the channel out.
Well. So the current administration has now taken to threatening businesses who want to give discounts and BOGO deals to those who need food during the holidays. What happened to all you patriots who voted for less government overreach and influence into your daily lives, dear? Where are you at today? Because all I heard you say for year after year is that you wanted less government influence here. And now Daddy Dumpy Pants has taken it upon himself to threaten privately owned businesses if they give you a helping hand for the holiday season with a BOGO or a discount or two on your groceries, on your food. Now the government is telling businesses not to give you discounts on food. Crickets? Oh, let me guess, you're going to go back to that woke play, where you seem to think that the Democratic government was forcing woke ideals and agendas on you. See, this is where you're a bit confused about the propaganda that you digest and then you in turn spew. No Democratic government was forcing businesses to go woke. That was their choice, you see. It was not influence from the government. There's a difference between government influence and government support. A Democratic government supports those companies and businesses that believe in diversity. They don't force them to do it. They don't craft laws that make them do it. There was no law on the books that makes you go to a store and buy a rainbow-colored t-shirt. That's a choice. But the current administration is taking that store's choice on whether or not to give you a discount on a product today. They're taking that away. You see, you have a choice whether or not you spend your money in a store that you view to be woke. That was your choice, dear. No government was forcing you. But the current administration is forcing you to choose their ideal about Christianity. They're forcing you to choose their ideal about who deserves to fucking eat today. Where's all your patriotism today for the American people and the Constitution? Where's all of your patriotism for capitalism and free markets? Because that's gone too. When you see all these companies bend the knee and buy in to the GOP, there went your free market trade. It fucking went away. Y'all all look like big ass fools every day.
As much as I want to believe that Trump and Republicans are going to sweep in last minute and play the hero by funding food assistance, I'm really not so sure. I just saw this video of Trump, and this is what he had to say about funding programs that help millions of Americans survive.
Do you feel any urgency to end the shutdown in the next week, 2 weeks, or would you be fine if this stretches into November and then toward the holidays with folks not getting paid?
Honestly, can I put it in plain words for you? And you're a smart guy, so you all understand, but a lot of people don't. The Democrats are getting killed on the shutdown because we're closing up programs that are Democrat programs that we were opposed to. So we're being able, and they're never going to come back in many cases. So we're being able to do things that we were unable to do before. So we're closing up programs that are Democrat programs that we wanted to close up or that we never wanted to happen. And now we're closing them up. And we're not going to let them come back. The Democrats are getting killed. And we're going to have a list of them on Friday, closing up some of the most egregious, socialist, semi-communist, probably not full communist, we're saving that for New York, but semi-communist programs. And we're closing them up. We're not closing up Republican programs because we think they work.
Yeah,
so the Democrats are getting killed, but they're not telling the people about that. I say it, nobody, well, I haven't said it probably as bluntly as I just said it, but so we are closing up Democrat programs that we think that we disagree with, and they're never going to open again.
He is proudly admitting to closing down what he calls Democrat programs, many of which provide crucial support to working families and the most vulnerable communities. This is a government coup. We are in a coup right now. He's not even trying to hide it, and these programs may legitimately not come back. But even if they do, you know for sure that Trump is totally fine with his citizens dying. How many times did he say Democrats are being killed? He didn't say, oh, they're struggling, they're having a hard time. He made a very specific point every single time he said it to say they're being killed. This isn't about budgeting. They have the money and they don't care. It's about dismantling safety nets that our tax dollars are supposed to pay for and cheering on the suffering it causes in order to score political points and divert that money into tax cuts and the military. These programs that our tax dollars pay for are literally keeping people alive. People who, many of which, they work full time. Sometimes they're working multiple jobs, but they're not making enough money to make ends meet. It's not because they're not working, it's because the companies that they're working for don't pay them enough money for them to be able to survive. And the people who aren't working are either disabled, elderly, or their children. So you're talking about taking food away from millions and millions of children. But he doesn't care.
When we say that cruelty is the point with the Republicans, we mean shit like this. Because many retailers understand that there are a lot of people that are going to be struggling in the month ahead, they decided to give special discounts to these people since they're not able to use their SNAP benefits. But now the Trump administration is warning grocery stores and local businesses trying to help these people during the shutdown. They're basically saying they're going to punish these retailers if they give a special discount to these people, because the cruelty is the point. And this only comes days after Trump's Great Gatsby party, which is basically a story about how the rich should be able to live in opulence while the poor should just be living in squalor. And Gatsby is a great metaphor here because basically it is saying that the rich never pay. They're basically saying, it's not enough just to win. I want you to see me celebrate while you starve. So when he sees people trying to fix this any way that they can, just try and give them some sort of relief, he's just like, no, that's not what I want at all. I need them to suffer. Because he thinks that his messaging is working and people are blaming the Democrats, but they're not. The majority of Americans do not understand politics at all. All they understand is, we're suffering right now. Who's in charge? Why aren't they fixing it? And that's exactly why a bunch of Republicans were blaming Biden for every single problem they had over the last 4 years. Gas prices are high? Must be Biden. Inflation's not coming down fast enough? Biden. Egg prices went way up? Biden must have given all them birds the bird flu. So Trump is not going to get around this. People blame the president when shit goes sour. And this time it's rightfully so because he's doing this on purpose and he's just putting it right out there in broad daylight for people to see that he's doing this on purpose. Now, the extreme MAGA, they don't care. No matter what he does, they're going to make excuses for him. Because they hear him say grocery prices are going way down. So he must be telling the truth. I don't know why they seem expensive where I am, but he said it, so it must be true. But all the independents out there, you know, the ones that actually win the elections for the candidates, they're pissed. And after the election this Tuesday, we're going to get to see in real time just how much his support is starting to wane. And as much as I want to be happy about that, this still makes me feel sick. So if you have the ability, please donate to your local food pantries. They are the ones who are picking up the slack for what the government is not doing. And I know some of these donations are going to feed his supporters, but I don't care. Nobody deserves to starve in this country.
The Trump administration is threatening grocery stores with losing the ability to accept SNAP and EBT benefits if they offer discounts to individuals that receive SNAP and EBT benefits, even as the Trump administration's only going to pay a partial payment this month, and then only because a federal judge demanded that they do it and found them withholding these payments were illegal. So the Trump administration today, according to Newsweek, began sending out emails to grocery store chains across the country saying, hey, if you offer any discounts to SNAP and EBT individuals, well, you'll lose your right to accept SNAP and EBT payments under the equal treatment rule, which requires grocery stores to charge the same amount of money to SNAP and EBT recipients as it does anybody else. But that doesn't matter if they're not using their SNAP and EBT card. A grocery store could, in theory, offer a discount for individuals who receive SNAP benefits but aren't using them. But the Trump administration says no. If you do that, you will lose access to the EBT payment system. They're being cruel for the sake of being cruel. They're harming people for the sake of harming people. They're doing it for political gain, thinking it will pressure Democrats into reopening the government when Democrats want to. They want to negotiate. Remember, Republicans are the ones that are refusing to negotiate with Democrats. They're being cruel to American citizens instead of doing their jobs.
Warning to all of the grocery stores in America, basically threatening them and threatening any organization that tries to offer help to food stamp recipients that may be going hungry right now. There was a document sent out this morning because apparently they're more concerned about big box grocery stores and local pantries giving things and allowing discounts for people who may otherwise not have the money, that they sent out this document stating that they could face federal repercussions and regulations if they give discounts to food stamp recipients or people who otherwise might not be able to get food. They sent out what they called a retailer's notice saying that authorized retailers must comply with the SNAP equal treatment rule. Mind you, they're not receiving SNAP right now, so they're picking and choosing what parts of SNAP to use. We're not going to use the SNAP contingency fund for these people, but you do as a retailer have to still follow the guidelines, even though those SNAP benefits are not being used to put any guidelines in. It says you must offer eligible food at the same prices and on the same terms and conditions to SNAP EBT customers as other customers, except the sales tax cannot be changed on SNAP's purchases. You cannot treat SNAP EBT customers differently than any other customer. And offering discounts on services, it could be a violation to SNAP equal treatment waiver. Besides the fact that private companies can do whatever the fuck they want, I will remind you, if they're not receiving SNAP benefits, they are not beholden to your SNAP equal rights. And they really think Fox News and like all these news stations are like trying to make black people the face of this, and it's not black people. So y'all do with the information as you want, but this administration is more concerned about proving a point and keeping people hungry to the point where they're telling people do not allow certain individuals to get discounted food or donate to food pantries. It's crazy.
And the breathtaking cruelty continues. This is so evil, it takes my breath away. Under Trump's direction, the USDA sent out emails to grocery stores and stores and businesses across the nation, telling them that they cannot legally offer discounts to people who did not receive their SNAP benefits this month. You heard that right. They are not legally permitted to help the citizens of this country afford food. They literally emailed out warnings to these stores telling them that they are not to provide discounted food. Because several grocery stores and chains have said that they were going to provide discounts to people who did not receive their SNAP benefits, because we don't want to be surrounded by starving people. We have a moral duty to care for each other in this country. That is what a society is. If that's not what a society is, I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be opting out. The email literally read, "You cannot treat SNAP customers differently from any other customer. Offering discounts or services only to SNAP customers is a SNAP violation unless you have a SNAP equal treatment waiver." And apparently SNAP's equal treatment rule basically just says that you have to treat SNAP customers exactly the same as other customers. You can't charge them more or less. Tell me again how this is a Christian country. I dare you.
Trump's Department of Agriculture just threatened thousands of grocery stores for trying to provide discounts to families who lost their SNAP benefits. Specifically, they're abusing a rule that was designed to protect SNAP recipients called the Equal Treatment Rule. The point of this rule was to ensure that grocery stores weren't discriminating against SNAP recipients and giving them equal opportunity and access to purchase food. But now, as the Trump administration freezes essential funds for the SNAP programs and families are starting to go hungry, they're actually arguing that this rule prevents grocery stores from offering discounts and helping starving families. This also seems like a good time to remind everyone that the only reason that families are starting to go hungry is because the Trump administration is refusing to release emergency funds that were designated to fund SNAP if the government froze. So all that's to say, the cruelty is the point. They're spending their time and resources ensuring that people go hungry, not working to prevent it. Now, obviously, Trump's interpretation of this rule will be challenged in court, but these cases take months that families don't have. But in the immediate, grocery stores could get around this legal hurdle by offering discounts to those in need without specifying SNAP status, just implying it. The thought I'm left with here is that the government should be working this hard to help people, not intentionally hurt them.
social worker here. If you wanted to know what the latest was with SNAP benefits, the president has personally gone and sent a memo to all grocery stores that were offering small discounts to those SNAP and EBT recipients. While we wait for SNAP benefits to be restored, he sent a memo to all the grocery stores in the U.S. that they're not allowed to do that and they have to stop that immediately. That's our current administration. He also is ignoring the fact that two, not one, but two federal judges ordered that SNAP benefits need to be restored immediately, that it is unlawful. He said he couldn't understand the language the federal judges used. It was Dick and Jane language of do it by this date, pronto, immediately. So, in short, this is outright cruelty. It's disgusting, and this is our current government trying to starve its own citizens. If you're not outraged, you should be by now.
Trump just punished grocery stores for helping hungry families. Some grocery stores were doing the right thing, giving a few dollars off for families using SNAP. Just small discounts meant to help people stretch their benefits when everything costs more than it did last month. But now Trump's USDA has warned those stores that if they keep offering those discounts, they could lose their right to accept SNAP entirely. And guess what's happening? Some stores are already pulling those discounts back out of fear. Think about that. The government isn't angry at corporations raising prices. They're angry at stores trying to make food cheaper. They're not protecting fairness. They're protecting control. They're calling it the equal treatment rule. But equality isn't when rich and poor both have the right to pay full price. It's when the poor actually have a fair shot to eat. Over 40 million rely on SNAP just to survive. And Trump's administration is now threatening a few stores that actually care enough to help. And that's not leadership. That's cruelty disguised as policy. If you care about this, share it, because silence is exactly what they're counting on.
Hello guys, welcome back to my short commentary. So Trump's administration, USDA, has issued a warning to grocery stores nationwide that they should not treat SNAP and EBT customers differently, that they should not give them discounts, no unique offers for shoppers unless the store qualify for a specific waiver. So Trump, in his own words or in his own rightful thinking, has accepted to allow millions of people go hunger during this period, during this November, during this period of time in the year. Like, you are watching people who you are meant to rule starve for hunger, starve all because of hunger, because there's no benefit are being cut off, because the federal government has been on shutdown for months. Wow. Isn't it interesting? Like, we are hearing people's cry. Like, people have been talking about it. Yes, you know that it is really affecting people. And the vice president in particular, him himself said that we should suffer, that the American people should suffer. Wow. Wow. Like, to them, they have accepted this scenario as something that shouldn't bother them. Yes, suffer. Americans, it is the right time for you people to suffer. Suffer. That's what the government is telling us. They don't even care. We really appreciate you for watching the video, and like I said before, if you're seeing this video for the first time, please do well to hit the like button, to subscribe to our channel. Tell us what you think about this video in the comment section. Like and share the video to help the channel out. You're welcome.